Baby.
That will
never doubted. Yes.
Space Punies gets himself finally
Always get that challenge.
a League Night Challenge point. Congratulations. Well done. You know who to bring in. Woo! Let's see how that pays off for him. Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe. Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe. Look at that! Look at that!
Drama.
Now things get complicated. Because first there was a refurbishment where they replaced the convertible deck lid cylinder, left rear window motor, door lock cylinders, door open switches, relays, power retractable antenna, weather stripping, and the seller notes that there was a tear on the soft top. Did he really say, I thought you were AI? My ears are trained to pick that up from the static.
That is not the way.
That's not where the course goes. Where are you going? What? But then they refurbished it, where they replaced the central steering link, dual master cylinder, proportioning valves, brake booster and check valve, front brake pads, real brake hose, cylinders, shoes, and hardware. The first ever multi-page cheat sheet on the trailer, and that was until they refurbished it.
You want to give people a flowing experience after the sawing back and forth of the wheel in the feature race. Do not overcook that turn right there. It's a full breakdown.
Oh, there they go. We're learning a lot about this track.
Everyone has a minor disaster trying to get back into this, where they replaced the headlamp dimmer switches, turn signal and flasher relays, ignition cylinder and key, door panels, teak wood veneer carpets, trunk liners, and that was where it finally sat. Until they refurbished it, where they replaced the alternator and battery, distributor vacuum, advanced fan clutch, air filter.
Oh my God, not all four of us, come on.
Little bit of contact.
They're close enough, they couldn't get
It's the tightest on Laguna Seca I have ever seen 4 cars drive, ever. Oh, he puts his nose in it.
He's clear.
And he's clear. I agree with every word you just said, which is why this is so fucking awful.
$55,000 for the Continental convertible. For a Continental convertible that is not any longer the same Continental convertible. And maybe so, on to feature race 2. You guys want to set up, and I will talk about what we're doing. Ooh, is that what we're doing? Hold on a second. What have I done? Yep, all right, well, Duffy looking for the room to get this pass in, but he... Tonight on Tonight We Race. We race. Or at least they race.
I should have grabbed a
And
gear.
we watch. The final episode
out
of
now,
Season 2
you'll
of
have your
Tonight
hot
We
lap
Race,
just
and the
there.
cold open takes us
Monster
to
leaving the pit
Scuba.
from their cold tires.
Scuba short.
Scuba short, very short.
So
Agreed.
short, but so many AIs.
Green,
One
green.
entire
There's
kilometer.
40 bots getting
Now,
into the
fortunately,
I have
in the
spun
qualifier here,
on the first corner on my outlap.
most of the AIs are not out on the
Going
track,
great.
and so they
Got
are
the tires
a
warm.
little bit more unconstrained to turn in a real time here.
Where am I going?
But Scuba Short is, of course, very short,
same
and so we'll
place as
see
all
the
of
results
us.
of that very
Home.
quickly.
Well, they definitely won't get lost.
I guess I'll be back here.
You make right
I'm
turns,
just happy you didn't. whip
Okay,
it.
maybe a little bit lost.
and then a
I
very
was just
left turn.
I saw you slowly coming
And
around.
then
I was
more
like,
right
man, this could
turns.
go a lot of ways. A lot of them are bad for me.
Yeah, I was not in complete control of the car at that moment either, so it was very possible.
Is
everyone's
anyone
been in
on
turn
their
one, huh?
actual
Dear
flying
Jennifer
lap
Young.
here?
Nobody wanted to do turn one. Just me. Okay.
Ted, I perfectly caught the bot as you foretold.
No, actually, it's an open
He
quality,
just,
so
like,
they
dove
just
into the
go
braking
until
zone
the
and
timer
T1 right
elapses.
in front of me.
And the timer
Like,
is.
I gotta warm up my tires.
3
Sorry about your
3
fast
minutes
lap.
ish.
It's just like,
It'll be great.
No, they're doing fine. I haven't seen
Actually,
anything
programmed
thus far that I
specifically to do
would
this to
qualify
you.
as an international incident. Mr. Goat getting all up in the rear valence there. It would be funnier if I hadn't told them, but I did tell them, just for the sake of argument tonight, we turned the AI quality down of our cold open AI racers down to basically 0, and so we don't know if that makes them slow or dumb or both, but I mean,
One lap quali?
so far so good.
It's just until quali ends.
Shoot. I was so excited. My first lap's good.
Enjoy the traffic.
Yeah, now I'm
2
in
minutes
traffic.
10 on the clock of our
wasn't even
qualifier
thinking
for the
about
cold
that.
open. I think so far the biggest
Like it's
shock
cold
of
open,
the
it doesn't
evening
matter.
was that we opened the lab up tonight a little bit early, 5-ish, 5:20ish, and had the practice sessions up early, and so the majority of at least the local drivers, okay, that's not where that goes. The majority of our local drivers spent their practice hours in the SF23 for the feature races, and so this is kind of like jumping into a cold pool,
Sorry.
complete with the shrift. Like
I got clipped
Very
by
nice.
an AI.
we call that a safe re-entry. I love the "I'm committing traffic violation" shit-eating grin.
I mean, where else are you going to tailgate someone that closely? Oh, I mean I-5, but, you know.
I think John's GPS is having some errors.
oh my god, I have pole position. That's not gonna last.
Less than a minute
your
on the
lap?
clock. Let's call
46.
it 54 seconds. Checking in with Conan here.
46?
48.6.
Oh, yeah, I was like, Jesus, what have I done wrong?
Oh, I was like,
That's
how
a
did that put you on
long
top? I
list,
didn't
but we
realize
can
that my
start
fast
with
lap
what
was
are you
actually
doing
invalid. Shoot. Okay. I was like, I did a 40,
Best
48
lap
flat. Why the heck?
49.1.
Ah. All my laps invalid. That's the move.
Seeing a 48 there, a 48.9, and a 49.6. Ten seconds before the flags. The thing that I like most about scuba is that after the 6th or 7th lap, your brain just kind of turns off and you're just responding to stimuli.
Right, where did we get, where did we...
It's a very flow state track, especially in its small configuration.
My goodness. My goodness.
I'm not sure how much
yeah.
flow state they're going to get with AIs.
Especially if I made it
He
a
was
standing
fast.
start
He was
when I started it
programmed
up.
to do so.
Oh, that would be a shame.
Is that the sort of thing that I do? Feels like it. What's
A
going on here?
forward fellow.
Looks like I can see Nox in there. I can see the pods are all kind of up there in the upper split. So this is somewhat different,
That was
where
not
it's
my
Blue
last
Flag and
one.
Derek at the top,
Rolling
and then the AI, and
We
then
can
everybody else.
advance.
Yeah, go ahead and punch it.
Here we
Please
go.
do.
That's
really
a surprising number of humans in the front here.
Wow.
We're doing great.
All you had to do was turn the bots down for us. Suddenly the humans prevail.
Look, man, we just know if you can't win, put your thumb on the scale via any means necessary.
Heck yes.
As they grid in to the beginning of the actual cold open,
Oh, do not
we are
jump
going to
the
figure
start.
out where the drama detection should occur from. Looks like it might be from back here.
Yep.
Maybe
We
a little.
expect to be fighting for the podium.
Jesus, I'm in ninth.
No, actually, let's watch from here. This might be more interesting.
I'm fighting
They know the bots are
fighting
pretty
a
young.
podium.
Crew knows the bots are
How did you manage to pod back out there?
Let's see if we can get some.
Oh my
Look
god.
at him go!
Off to a start.
Oh, I shifted way too
What
early.
what happened here on pod 1?
Well, that might actually be a good thing because I see
Oh yeah, actually
incidents
maybe that wasn't a bad thing after all.
straight into the traffic jam.
Holy crap!
Sorry.
Oh, God.
We all got.
Ooh.
They say you cut the course.
They say you're a loose cannon.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't see flow state
Oh,
happening.
I'm seeing a black flag in Conan land.
That was just straight rude.
Oh God!
There's an incident.
The rejoin?
They say you cut the course.
Where is this? Where's power? Go, car! Go, go, go!
The humans have fucked it.
Yeah,
We have replaced the Tonight We Race
We blew it.
600
All
horsepower
I have to do
Turbo
is keep
4
it together through here, and then all the cars around me spun in that same corner and collected me.
with a 230 horsepower inline 4. Oh, wow. Hello. Hello.
You can use all of those horses to push the cars that are wrecked in front of you out of the way.
The power still goes to the rear
Man, I
wheels.
was
I
out
don't
in
know what the
front,
complaint
too.
is.
You gotta keep it
Clear.
together.
Point the nose and press the button.
Too much power in this car. You
Takes
spun on the gas.
sideline.
huh? Where am I going? That's not the line through there.
Time to
I
bully
think that
some
counts
AI.
as a pit maneuver.
I bullied someone real bad there. just check the.
That's weird. Car
relative
contact?
That it's not a real
Huh.
person.
Race control says there were car contact?
What we haven't told them is they have to buff out all these dings when they're done.
Synchronized
What a
drifting
drift.
ahead of me.
That's pretty nice.
Everyone's playing a
You guys
different
playing
game
that?
here. Doing
What's the
some
rejoin?
actual check-ins here. Looks like Mr. Goat is caught up to position 9 after all that drama.
Oh no, yellow flag.
Looking good.
Should just be a permanent
Space
yellow
Beauties is
flag.
in relative
Yeah,
mode here.
Just spray painted on the front of my visor.
Ooh,
Yep, the incident's right there.
he's right. There was an incident. These guys don't like racing with the positionals on. They love keeping it relative. It's very personal for them. There we go. Conan's got a reliable lap timer up. That's pause 6. 12 minutes remaining in the cold open. Scuba indeed. You know, it's funny, Derek. I
racing
think
in these
Scuba
is
is kind of
ridiculous.
the track that most like PC and console oriented race game people like. It's been in literally every game forever, and so love it or hate it, you probably know the layout. Which is of course why we did short here.
Oh man, I think my tires are cooked.
Which is really more
Rear keeps
appropriate for
stepping
mopeds,
out.
but
Too much power.
The way they've been complaining, it might as well be mopeds.
Conan, fuck you.
No, too much sliding.
That was.
What was that? Give that spot back. Give it back right now.
I would
Well,
call that
I
a
think
Mario Kart
this-
pass.
That was
I think
not on
this
give it
technically
back.
qualifies as a rivalry now. Let's follow this.
That was on me.
No, that was supposed to be on an AI. I'm sorry.
What did we say about not intentionally targeting
Into
the
ring
AI?
itself. Give it back.
For this reason?
Come and take it. We have to focus on the real target, which is Ted.
Okay, but let's do that with you behind me. Let's restore the natural order of things.
Car 36.
I mean, it sure does
Jesus
seem like
Christ.
the natural order of things.
But you should set that.
We're gonna go hang out over here in the anti-drama zone.
Where it's cold and safe.
If you're gonna do that,
I thought it was set. I must have read it wrong.
it must have been the wrong.
I thought it was running Rand off the road.
I didn't appreciate it.
Labs have a nemesis?
It does now.
Is it the Nemesis
Rand is
system
also a
copyrighted or
person.
some shit?
Your defense is like, that was just a different human.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Conan, you're a menace. Pull it together.
I am Rand. I am Sponge for your AI anger.
Shote, I think what I'm hearing is that next season we run Wreckfest.
I mean, it might as well
We've been doing
be.
this for too
With the
long to use
haptics
the
turned
excuse,
off.
I thought it was
I
a bot.
mean, that would probably save lives.
Oh my goodness.
In your defense, I did try to torpedo the
Seeing
shit out
as
of
no
you.
one's writing an Interstate 76
I
sequel,
saw it coming, and I did not allow it to happen.
Very sad I missed.
Yeah, that was. I did deserve you to not miss, but you know.
Yeah, at that point, I figured we're clear now. I shot my shot.
a yellow flag. What could have possibly happened?
Behind obviously an AI. Conan? No one named that.
No one in good, honest faith would name their child that.
Conan has advanced his position to
Besides, my name
position
is Incumbent.
4.
Tonight we race 4.
With only 19
Tonight we
incidences.
race. Multiple
8 minutes left on the clock. 19 incidents. Oh my god. We're going to score this one by incident count.
Am I supposed
Wait,
to understand
high score
that
or
a
low
high incident
score?
count is worth more points then?
Yeah, high incident count is more.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah, can we get challenge points for high incidents?
Oh, I see.
Oh, what have I opened up?
Starting.
That
Oh dear.
that's not how you turn.
I think he's going to be turned.
And I'm in front.
You stay away from me. You stay back there.
Can't even complete the joke. It's writing itself.
You can't use this racing line. I claimed it. It's mine.
Hey, you need to yield time. That was another black flag.
There, you were just locking up like crazy.
I am
there.
not clearing your meatball if you get meatballed.
Yeah, that's how I drive this car.
Yeah, there is an incident
Note
right
on
there.
Conan's telemetry that he never actually hit the brake. I have never seen him once attempt to avoid a collision.
So I was gonna nudge you into that and get away
while
from
still
the
accelerating in the hopes that I continue my excellent lap.
What the fuck? This bot just fucking turned.
Too bad.
There's just someone in the middle of the track just stopped. I was trying to go around bots.
What is happening?
That is an interesting line.
What the hell? Okay, we're free.
This
we're
is
free. We're free.
not boding
that
well
was
for your
scary
desire
for
to
the
race
race
this
lead
car
right
for
there,
real
man.
next season.
I have no idea what that was.
Doesn't allow anyone enough separation to get away from
You're
drama.
on your own.
Yeah. I just went full metal, pedal to the metal. Was like, I hope I come out the other side of it.
You went right.
Trap,
I went
you
left,
know what
I
would stop it?
mayhem.
Is if we made yellow flags mandatory for full course yellows with pace cars.
And then I cut inside.
Like
and
every
there was
time
just
they
a
collided, we
spot.
brought the fucking parade out.
Yeah,
That would
I
probably
went
cut down
around
on
him, and then I
collisions.
was going around
That would
another
be
guy,
the entire
AI, and it
race.
just
That would.
fucking
We would just have a
turned
pace
right
car.
into
No
me.
one
we would
would
just
Ran
circle
me
the
off the
entire
road and spun me
track.
around, and
No
then
one
I
would
caused
come
that
back for the next
That's
season.
what
That'd be
caused
the end of the
chaos
show.
There. It's fucking ridiculous. Someone passed him and he just went boom and said, "See ya."
What do you need a tear off
Yeah,
for? You're in
they
an
do not
interior.
give
How are you
Already
going to
streamed.
tear
I've
off
been
the
in the dirt.
windshield?
Ted, I went from half a second down to
It's
20
a pit
seconds.
crew guy hanging onto the
I
roof.
watched it happen to you. I watched you go left, and I was like, oh,
Oh
poor
man, he was
choice.
drama free. What happened?
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, goals came
You were
through.
coming.
That's what
It
happened.
was like I was just like hoping I caught traffic before you caught me, so I could use traffic to my advantage, and I guess I kind of did.
Man,
but
that
not the way I
right-hand
expected.
barrier there, that is not okay.
Oh
really
yeah, you
found
go
traffic.
like 3 wide on that.
That's not okay at all.
Yeah.
I found rush hour.
It's not a thing that people do to each other.
I did you dirty, Jonald.
That was amazing.
20 seconds to get rid of this black.
5 minutes on the clock. As far as we can tell, no positions have improved.
I was like, I'm not on the gas. How am I spinning around?
Who is that? My son is when I pushed him.
Realistic damage. So, like, the difference between that is now you're playing it's tow simulator, tow truck simulator, which again, I think we talked about this last week or week before. That would be a fun game.
I just murdered a bot.
One team races the cars and the other team tows them back to the pits.
So far, I'm up to 23
I
points
like
this
it.
round. What's everybody else's point total?
25.
Oh, God, I need to do better.
We have an entire segment for
Discussing
that.
more, I
Here,
think.
Ben, we can
Also,
fix
this
that.
doesn't count for
I got it.
points.
No points are in play
Behind me
here.
again. How did that happen?
I gave back the spot.
Oh my god, I dodged him.
I
so much.
missed it, but I'm not convinced that he gave back the spot.
I mean, my race engineer is looking out for torpedoes.
I feel like my tires are somehow less happy than they were before.
Back in fifth, my goodness.
I think we need.
Is this
PW
the power of clean
liveries on
racing?
all the cars.
Okay, well, that's a murder. Every time you do something like that, someone at Gazoo Racing sheds a tear. This is going to be the first season we end, and we still have liquid death left in the fridge.
Are you in the blue car, Ben?
I think so. Like blue and red.
All right, I'm gonna find some points for you. Give me a second.
Very late apex. Round the outside, round the outside.
There's an incident behind.
Making good use of the
I still
radar
think I
there.
got
Just
my
getting a little-
wheel stuck in my.
It's like,
bot.
oh god, they're using the car radar as a guidance system, not as an avoidance system.
Exactly.
God
The car
damn it.
knows where it is because the car knows where it isn't.
Oh,
I
minute
just
45.
pulled like 50 meters early.
Yeah, they suck at braking markers.
Not even remotely in the brake zone.
Ooh, ow.
It,
I felt that even in the quad view.
I hit the brakes that time.
They say you cut the course. You gotta
They're
slow down.
saying he cut the course.
A lot of people say it.
What's that saying? He's cutting courses. He's out there cutting corners. He's got to slow down. 3 seconds, they say.
All right, I've got 2 in front of me. Is that John? Literally, don't slow down there.
Is that a bot?
I think it says tonight we race 2. So.
You?
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Go.
my driver would prefer that you not slow down.
My favorite part of my car is the rear bumper.
Well, I'm gonna fuck it up.
It's so pretty.
Not once I'm done with it, it won't be.
Goodness.
Damn it. That didn't work out.
No, it did not work out.
These bot races can be infuriating.
Starting to get very
Not a bot.
uncomfortable here.
Not
Thank
a
God
bot.
the white flag went up.
Not a bot.
That's the surrender flag.
Just want to reiterate that they are going to have to race the Super Formula
last lap.
on tracks it was not meant to tackle after
I'm
this.
getting ya.
Don't do it.
Still got 15 seconds.
It's all smiles now.
You know, they're just practicing their very clean passes.
All right, can we make the pulled open count as the second race of the night?
Why would you want to do that?
No, can I just bank this first place? for
Consistency
later?
and drama avoidance. Look at that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Look at that. 4th place. So hit sideways
Yep.
across the curb.
Go.
It is now a parking lot.
41.
This is permitted parking, and I have a permit.
Woof.
Is that your place?
We
No, that was mine.
we should ask them to step out of the cars now before anything else happens. Oh my goodness! Let's get us on the road to actually doing the thing.
No, not this road. Not this road. We're leaving.
Welcome to let's do the thing. Not that thing. This thing. Welcome to Tonight We Race, Seattle's secret underground racing laboratory, where we aim to bring you some aspects of simulated motorsport that you may not have access to on your own. My co-host tonight is Shote. Welcome and thank you again. This is, I believe, Shote's 4th co-host session.
Yeah, that would be it.
Excellent. As you can tell, we have a whole lot of content loosely arranged into some sort of cohesive narrative tonight. Let's talk about what we're up to and where we just came from by going to the deck. You just saw the cold open, which was the Toyota GR86. The strangely named Toyota GR86, which started out as the GT86 in its first generation, but also as the Subaru BRZ, but also as the Scion FT86.
I lost the thread. I tried following that article, and it was like listing every manufacturer.
And then in the second generation, Toyota decided to change the name from GT86 to GR86, which is the name it had already been using for the Gazoo Racing race prepped version of this, which is what you see here. So we don't know what's going on, but what we can tell you is that we love the GR86 because in addition to its original donor model being a $30,000 manual transmission rear-wheel drive car in the year of our Lord 2025, which is amazing, the race-prepped Gazoo Racing GR86 is basically just that car with the bare minimum of race preparation necessary to get it legally on a track, like roll cages and better radiators and a couple of bits and bobs. I believe technically the transmission being a faster dual clutch is important. Point being, if you want to race a GR86, you can just go buy a GR86, which is really, really cool. We took it to Scuba. Shote, what can you tell me about Scuba?
Well, it's very short.
This version is very short.
Yes, but Scuba, another Japanese track, like its claim to fame is basically they have these time attacks that they do on there with these types of cars. So you take a production car, and then you have a company that wants to be like, hey, we're super cool. Come buy our custom tuned cars.
For instance, HKS.
Yeah.
Who I believe has the lap record on Scuba.
Yes. At checking notes, 49 seconds, but Scuba full, I believe.
Yeah, which is like that little sausage piece down there that we have chosen to cut off here for reasons.
Yeah. But they use this circuit as they show off, like, hey, our company's cool. Come check out our tunes.
So it's kind of like a micro Japanese Nürburgring.
Yeah.
So that was that, and we are now moving on to the news, and we open up the news tonight with. Oh, I'm trying to remember what we're opening up the news tonight with.
Patents.
Yes. This content brought to us by the fine folks at Fuel Arc, whose news we have an agreement to use. This is Ford has filed a patent for a, let's say, an alternative surveillance routing system for your Ford automobile, such that if you have disabled the long-distance telemetry that it talks back to Ford with and the insurance companies with and whoever else, it still has an alternative route using a variety of short-range radio technologies to find other Fords in its close proximity and use them as basically a bounce pass to get out.
So, like, Amazon Sidewalk for cars is basically this.
No, it's exactly it. It's Amazon Sidewalk for cars, both like from the creepy perspective of that, in the sense that like not only is your car already surveilling you, which like is the current state of the universe, they're also using your car to surveil others, which is just weirder in my opinion.
I don't love it. Like, bandwidth, like your car is already on probably a cell connection, and then you're gonna toss on top of that other people's cars, like
no fewer than 2 humans in this room right now are privacy professionals in their day jobs, and this is just kind of weird. So let's move on to one of my least favorite topics right now. And I want to be clear, this is not a political show. We don't do politics for a wide variety of reasons, but we do motorsport and cars by extension. And Jesus fucking Christ, can we decide what the tariff regime is going to look like?
No.
Like, I was going to replace my Jeep.
Nope.
I'm not replacing my Jeep now.
But are you?
Well, no.
But how about next week?
Well, maybe. It depends. I was going to buy some more racing pods so we can go put on a bigger show. My suppliers are Canadian. Am I going to do that now? Maybe next week. I don't know. The whole situation's ridiculous. We don't need to even get into the political dimension of it. Like, this is not how you run an economy. Which, seeing as we all have to live in said economy, that's kind of a problem. Moving on.
Oh, drivers. Great.
Let's talk about the drivers. Once again, our Season 2 drivers are in pod number 1, and this is, of course, arranged in a mechanism that they do show up in the pod quad. Mr. Goat in his pet Ferrari. In pod 2, Space Punies wearing a different hat than as pictured. And in pods 3 and pods 4, the gentleman that will only ever send me motorcycle photos of themselves, Goals and Conan. And we have our drivers in their league. The final episode of the entire league tonight. Let's take a look at the standings. This is how we entered the session tonight, with BlueFlag and DrGould way out in front with 61 and 56 points respectively. And then we've got this kind of neat 3-way fight for third place between Space Punies, Goals, and Conan. 5 points separating them, which is, of course, also the number of points separating BlueFlag and DrGould. And so, to have a better understanding of how this was going to go tonight, and so we can call out the appropriate things that are going to happen, we decided to do a little bit of pre-analysis and do some scenarios here. So, what if scenario number 1? BlueFlag comes in second in the first race, but he comes in first in the second race, and he's just flopping back and forth with DrGould. This is the fake scenario. Obviously, that's basically the same as if they didn't change anything at all, and so that's going to lead to a BlueFlag win for the entire league.
Yep.
In scenario 2, we've got Blue Flag coming in second and DrGould coming in first and first. That's going to get him 6 points of differential, and that's actually going to win the entire series for him. So, DrGould can do this no matter what else by winning each of the feature races tonight. And then there's a whole bunch of other scenarios that play out depending on how far DrGould comes in front of Blue Flag. But if he wins them both, it's over.
Yeah.
For the fight for third, a Space Punies in fifth, Conan in fourth, and goals in third scenario yields a goals to the podium possibility, and that's one of the ways that he can do that. But also, if Goals, who has a habit of meatballing in feature races with rolling starts or pit usage, if he meatballs, that's actually going to lead to a Space Punies Conan tie that we actually don't have a mechanism of resolving. So I'm really hoping for this one. But even better, if Conan is eaten by a kaiju and Goals comes in third, that actually lets Space Punies podium. And if Nox comes in first twice, and Blue Flag and DrGould are respectively disabled by one getting a parking boot, and then Derek having to do a Le Mans start all the way from Southern California to get here, which we calculated would take 417 hours and probably make him DNF, and then Goals comes in second. Goals actually wins the series. So this is the most unlikely of possible scenarios, but we're pointing it out there because it could happen tonight. We are, of course, going to take our race car drivers to their track in the Super Formula SF23 iteration, which is an open-wheel formula racing car endemic to Japan. And it is, of course, from a performance perspective, kind of living somewhere between a Formula 1 and a Formula 2 car, if you can find tracks where all three of those entities have raced recently. And so they're very quick. They are very manual. They do not have a whole lot of electronic nannies. Most notably, they do not have anti-lock brakes or traction control. And so what you are going to see is some very, very delicate racing tonight, or it's going to be a disaster.
A lot of swearing has already happened.
Yeah, no, the session hasn't even started. They've been caking the insides of the walls with swears. Our first track tonight is WeatherTech.
The WeatherTech Laguna Seca.
Otherwise known as Mazda, or formerly known as Mazda.
Back in the day. I mean, you know, sponsorships and all that. Interestingly, so did a little history diving. This is not the original layout of the track. Originally, it was more of an oval without that intersection in turns 2, 3, and 4 right now. When they got rid of that, they turned that into camping ground. So you can actually sit on turns 2 or along turns 5 and 6, that entire straight there, and just camp.
So you're saying that I can drink a beer inside the Andretti hairpin and no one's going to throw me out?
Uh-huh, yeah. In fact, there is a Pepsi refreshment stand.
Huh.
Yeah.
And we talk about this track not necessarily being appropriate for the SF23. The reality is that, like, WeatherTech, in all of its different form factors, has hosted both historical and contemporary IndyCar racing. And so there is the track width, there is the runoff. Like, you can safely run open wheel here. It's not just about the danger of the corkscrew, which we will become acquainted with shortly. And that's actually all the content before they actually go out and do it. And Lord knows they've been practicing for long enough. So let's go have everybody pit in. And Conan, you can hit the magic button.
We're advancing the session.
And by unanimous consent of our drivers last week, we have changed the lone qualifier. We have changed the lone qualifier rules of the feature races just slightly. They will now have the opportunity to turn in 2 flying laps instead of 1 flying lap after they are up to speed. I personally do not think that's going to make a difference, but agency is important. So let's go see what happens here.
It'll be great. That just means double the number of qualifiers you can screw up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can go off the course twice.
Like, boys. Remember, you don't have to go all the way through the pit lane. You can just turn to the right immediately.
That is not true. This is how you get meatballs.
Is it, though? Because that looks like a lot of left right there.
Don't mind the color.
Importantly, for the feature races, we let our drivers do lone qualifiers, so they are not out there dodging each other. And that's it, dodging each other, because it turns out man was the most dangerous animal at the end of the day.
You're halfway to winning.
Maybe gravel?
Yes, Drain. Goals has his gloves back this week. Look at that. We hope it gets him the 6 points he needs to take the podium.
I mean, we took a poll beforehand. We think it's plus 10 points.
Look at that. Look at that. Let's look at something else. Hold on. Let's go.
We had a very
look
long.
At this.
We had a very long discussion before the show about how it is extremely dangerous to take the real racing line on this track because of all of the rumble strips and the bumps on the corners that you're actually supposed to cut.
So this has been a through line of the entire season in the SF23, which is that since it generates so much of its downforce via ground effect, and since that downforce is so critical to it maintaining grip at speed, anything you can do to upset the plane of the bottom of the car and upset that ground effect generation just results in an instantaneous loss of grip at one of the corners, one or more of the corners. And so our drivers who spent the entire last season in GT4 cars and were just used to eating the hot dog on every single apex, every time they do that here, they die, which
is super unfortunate on the corkscrew when you learn the corkscrew by turning it a certain way because you can't see it.
If you think seeing your apex is his problem, wait till we get to the second feature race.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I don't even know where to check in here. This all looks extremely fast. Let's go here to Conan. This will be his last flying lap.
I'm actually shocked he was in first gear there.
It's not that you can't use first gear.
in this car?
It's that when you roll first gear, you roll with Bin Laden. It's a very dangerous gear. I'm guessing most people here aren't old enough to get that joke.
I think he needed that bumper.
There was a time when we made newspaper articles about terrorists instead of murdering them. Or maybe that was a Bill Maher book. Either way.
That's properly fast.
Goal's completely ditching the don't eat the hot dog advice and just going mouth open into the corner there.
I mean...
very healthy.
Yep.
Very healthy. At 120 miles an hour on that left-hand downhill. Praying to the gods of aerodynamics to save him from his sins.
And then the gods of braking here.
I mean, at 100 miles an hour, you have infinite brakes. Or very, very close to it. I hate that they give you the session is over indicator before you cross the line.
Did that actually count?
Well, I mean, like, yes, but it might make you slow down if you see it. Oh, and I guess we're going to find out how everyone qualified here very shortly. Let's go take a look here. Wait, is that a... Holy shit, Yelmo, look at that. These are some good times. Everybody doing good times.
For now, and then you
11, 10, 9, 8, yeah.
Yeah, everybody is within a couple of
Everybody that did qualified well. I'm not seeing an Ox time on the board, then I'm not seeing a Mr. Goat time on the board. Mr. Goat, what happened out there?
I had no issues fucking spinning practicing today, and now I'm just constant.
Just turned up a little bit too much.
I mean, you can't. Whoa.
Different track conditions. I blame it on
I don't recommend that in the car.
Oh,
now you have to get out the cleaning crew.
Smoke screen.
Well, good luck, boys.
Ben's in the bathroom.
Oh.
Did he ask you to not grid in while he's peeing?
You better go fast. Hold out.
It's okay. He has to hit the button before the race goes.
Yeah, he has to hit the button, so he has a minute and 45 to pee.
This is the real reason the fridge in the green room is fully stocked.
Is this a standing start or a rolling start?
That is a standing start. I would like to remind you that the SF23 has launch control, and it is useless. At least I think so.
Hell yeah,
your mileage may
estimated
vary.
Strength of field is elite as hell.
Dude, it's...
You think the world just stops for you?
I mean, it stopped for 2 minutes.
It's a good ability.
What's going on?
I apologize for nothing.
Wow, that's not where I thought that would go.
We're gonna start right here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Babe Ruth just called a shot. Off they go. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
He's through the crucible.
Yep, I'm still bad at starts.
No, I got a 2.5 minute tow.
But the pit's
was
right
that?
there.
That was me.
Stay off my back.
Somebody caught me, went up in the air.
I caught you. I caught you. I got such a better start than you, and I went right to you first, and then you went right just as I went right, and we just whapped.
Oh no, I was the third person in that hangout. It immediately rolled me. Like I had a great start. I was coming up around, making it towards first, and then there was a car in front of me, and my car was upside down, and now I have a 2.5 minute tow. Perfect.
And I got spun again, and now I'm in dead last. Well, second to last.
Ooh. Into the corkscrew of someone on your corner.
This is gonna be a hot one. Oh,
Dude,
okay.
Have you done a clean lap? Of
That
track?
could have been substantially worse.
You're in with a real good shot on me, bud.
Yeah, but I
Only
still
a
have to score enough
0.2 second.
points.
Ooh.
Oh, it's back.
Everything's fine.
Magical respawning aerodynamics.
I started pole and then had a bad start, and then
Everyone
got
is
spun on turn 3.
very aggressive through here.
I couldn't break into that corner because my car hadn't recovered from the previous impact.
How's our little rabbit doing up here? He's doing great.
In other words, I apologize for the person I just pushed off track.
Maybe bumper
like,
cars first
I was
wasn't a good
passenger in my
idea.
car.
You think it might have ingrained the wrong behaviors?
Okay, 45 seconds to race start.
You want them to like line up for you by the side to like
Yeah, I think
escort you out of the pit?
They should be coming around in just a minute, right?
Your own personal safety cars.
Oh,
that sounds spicy.
He is
But
still on
always
4 wheels.
At race start of the first corner.
Yes,
I mean, the
always.
wheels come back on.
Somebody's got to take the hit into turn 1. Today it was me.
That's it. Everybody knows that's when races are decided. Oh no.
Right. It's okay, Ben. I'll come help you out. I'll give you a little push. I got 7 seconds until I can give you a little push. Just
We are
hang out.
observing
Right
our
there.
new policy of not saying the race leader's name out loud if we can avoid doing so.
Do another race start.
Well, I also like the way now I'm also in for pit service apparently because.
But that looks like a 5-second
Yeah,
gap.
you gotta cancel it.
Why would they
They do
I'm
both.
going to be honest, Chode, I did not have this on my scenario list.
Oh my god, and I got a black flag because I left the pits while speeding.
What is going on?
Oh, that is
back here?
definitely
Jesus
on you.
Christ.
You gotta shoot the moon at this point.
That's right. Can I get 2 black flags? How many black flags do I have to get?
This is where we rewind to the part where
there are
Conan
infinite
informed
points
us
up for
that
grabs.
it was impossible
That's
to
right.
get
We're
to
doing
speed
this-
in
we're
the
doing this the
pits in the
hard way.
previous car.
All right, it's gonna be faster for me to plug in the command to clear my black flag. What is it?
Oh my god.
I would really appreciate it if you just raced.
I would too.
Oh my goodness. Is it a touch and go?
It's a 40-second hold.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
What was that?
I think you should
that guy
park
just
it and
died.
clear your black flag. Race control is
happened?
permitting this.
Just turned straight into the pit.
What
Oh,
I
really?
to clear it?
Just nailed the wall.
Exclamation mark, clear all.
I was never going to make that corner, and I didn't want to T-bone Ted.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that
He
is
sh- he
Where
showed.
did he go? I thought
Yeah.
Look at that number down there in the
a
corner.
brave move you
Pretty
pulled.
high.
It was scary to watch.
It was scary to experience.
Yes. He didn't hit Ted because he doesn't know Ted.
Don't.
Yeah,
Believe it or
you're
not,
up.
I am not lapping you.
Like you can step out of the car and
I
then do
guess
it
I
and then get
could've,
back in the
you know,
car, right?
Since the same thing happened to me in the cold open.
Exclamation mark, clear all.
Who's also in the pits with me?
No space.
Wow, Ted, we both made it through the corkscrew clean.
Dude, that's my first time. These last corners are a lot easier if you're not just covered in
You
dirt.
probably should have parked it at the.
Yo! What way is my wheel being facing?
The wall.
Lever, there we go.
Oh my god.
This has been
I spun out
considerably
and just, like,
more
4
spicy
times
than I was
trying to get
expecting.
the wheel straight,
Yeah.
kept grabbing the wrong gear because the wheel was spinning, so I was like, up, up, up. No, that's not. Like, in short, I went from second fighting Ted to dead last.
And here we have Mr. Goat knife fighting with Dr. Gould. That's
alive
wow.
last.
Conan's still behind me.
I'm dead last. I have the dead last locked in.
Oh, that's
I'm
me.
so sad
Don't
about
worry about
that.
it.
Ted, we were having an act where
A
so
little
good.
hot on the turn, but saves
Yeah,
it.
that'll pull away from you real quick.
Just like I don't know what happened. I even left it in
Excellent
fourth
cruise
in
through
that
there.
corner, like really slowly, because I was like, I don't want to spin here, and it just went out.
You know, boys, if you get fresh tires, this is a lot easier.
Ooh.
Is it?
I'm on my third set. It's
Unfortunate.
great.
But pointing in the right direction on the way back out. Can't complain about that.
That at least saves a couple of seconds.
Trying to find the good in all things. 13 minutes 30 on the clock in feature race 1.
Has it only been a minute and a half?
I messed up the braking through there, Goat. Could you see?
I noticed. I kind of thought I was doing something wrong.
Beautiful modulation on the brakes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Somehow made it work.
Little bit eating
I
the,
came back on the
hot
track, so
dog
my
there,
tires
but
are
looking
filthy, so
good.
go ahead.
There is a lot of gravel on that segment. That is
Yes.
not great. Very nice. Feathers it. Doesn't lose it in the hairpin, which is where I always lose it in this car.
Yeah. Definitely. Ended in second.
Are we battling? Am I having a battle in an SF23? Oh my god, so many rocks.
I believe
The way
that,
that works is there's so many rocks on the track going into
Ooh,
the
that
corkscrew that as you
would
enter
not
the
be a
braking zone
battle.
for the corkscrew, your tires are just covered in rocks.
they say you cut the course.
Like, you have to brake so early.
This is dirt tracking now.
Yeah, I was close enough to Dr. Goat to see his tires as he went in there, and it was just nothing but rocks.
They really have kicked an extraordinary amount of debris onto this racetrack. Go back and get those Lucas Oil race trucks in here to finish the race.
I mean, you could do a multi-class race where the second class is
Nice
just
call there, spotter.
sweepers.
The,
Gap to Carter is
the second
increasing.
class
Oh, wait,
has
no,
some
he
sort of
just passed.
suspension travel.
Nice and calm,
Does
dude.
it actually say the name?
Yeah, I have crew chief.
Oh, that's cool.
One benefit of having a very vanilla last name.
There's got to be
I gotta
rocks
stop-
in the
I gotta
tires,
stop
right?
meeting
Like
here like this, Mike.
they're slicks, right? So you're not going to get them caught like in the sipes and the grooves. Of course, on the other hand, they're slicks. You could go straight through. You don't see a whole lot of blowouts in Formula One, though.
Cruel
I
thin.
mean, how soft are soft tires?
At race temperature, you don't want to put your hand on them.
Austin Powers my
You're going
way
to come
out of
away
there.
with some tire.
At the end of the day, I earned that.
Of course, you're also going to come away with a third-degree burn. So there's that.
And apparently rocks.
You've got that going for you.
Man, if this is how this race is, I can't even imagine what the next race is going to be like.
Dude, that's
Race, yeah.
I mean, is that
All clean,
the
no
way you
spins.
convert your soft
We could
tires
protest
to
it,
mediums?
like,
Just add
nobody
rocks.
leave the pit.
Add rocks or subtract material, right?
Stay on the grid. Just,
This is,
just nobody move for 20 minutes.
Am I reading this correctly? Is he
lap
hunting?
volley at the
Is he hunting blue flag?
It'll be just like a real Formula One race.
I've tried that, and thus far
Recovered?
I've had good success at 3 minutes in the pits. It's not that hard.
This is not going anywhere near how I thought it was
is
going
in
to
France
go.
after all. And what do the French do when they
This
don't
is a
like
stunner.
something?
They burn it down.
It's going
Burn it
well.
down.
Oh, the courage!
Jesus Christ, there's so much gravel in the corkscrew.
And a
Dude,
second
the
try.
the scariest I've ever seen.
Inside pass.
Oh, Jesus!
I don't know which one of you in
Yeah,
IRL
that would
tried
be
to
that
pass me in
50-foot
front of
drop.
the corkscrew.
That was me.
That was amazing. I loved it. Thank
Oh,
you.
I think I
feel that in
jumped
my
your car,
soul.
Mr. Goat.
You deserved it.
Yeah, Strain. No guts. No guts.
I was like, there's so much rocks up here. If he goes for a pass, he's definitely going to spin. I'll just give him the inside. There he goes.
What's going on in this story?
I almost had it.
Wait a minute. Is he 25 seconds up on Tom? Oh, holy shit, Space Punies.
My goal in this race is to hit the kink right once.
No, look away so I don't jinx it.
I mean, that's all you, man.
Yeah, that light.
Not in my scenario list. Do we need to redo the scenario list?
We might need to redo the scenario list
I just
between
did.
feature races.
You wanna do some math while I'm running Bring a Trailer?
Good.
Oh
That was
boy.
great.
Did it wake something inside you?
I hit the corkscrew right after, so
Good to follow up with something you're comfortable with.
it's a little rocky, but
Kona now back out on the field and turning in some respectable lap times. You know what I haven't seen all race is the overtake button lighting up, but that could just be me.
Perfect place for the overtake button. The corkscrew.
Yeah. Goals is in visual range of Blue Flag, Ted Carter. About a turn behind.
Everyone really maximizing that boost button?
I literally only use it.
Boosting?
Are you finding you're going to use it? You're using a lot of boost tonight?
There's one spot I use it on.
Looks like Knox is caught up by a
Get out of
couple
the
of
way,
seconds here.
whoever's
He's now
here.
20 behind, and I believe that
Coming
Space
out of the
Police is going to
corkscrew.
encounter some
Good.
traffic from here forward, so
Boost.
that's going to make it complicated. And Mr. Goat is in a relatively clear air with... Oh, well, that is
Is there
Space Police
re-entry?
behind him, which means...
Heck.
That was the traffic. God, I can hear the pod rock through that turn. Jeez.
Yep. Right on that corner.
Oh, that's just lovely.
What are you laughing, Ted?
One home.
Let's go do a quick collection of lap times here.
You gotta be going faster than that. I'm doing 9.5s and I'm not closing them.
So we've got a 111.
Well, I don't know. I'm not doing
Basically
bad
a
laps here,
111.1 here. And a 109.7, which is pretty sexy. And a 109.4, which is
Ooh.
very sexy. And a 110.3, which is still respectable. Judging by how much sawing at the wheel is occurring here, I'd say that fatigue is starting to set in.
Now it's scary.
Expertly modulated brakes.
I don't want to be here.
Good line, a little bit of gravel.
I didn't even like this track when I was all by myself.
Gentle on the throttle.
Still very smooth.
Yep. Like you can see it in the telemetry here. The thing you're not seeing is foot to the floor throttle.
Nope. Take it.
Except here,
Right.
where you would expect to see foot to the floor throttle. Let's go see.
Ooh.
Right, you are my bright little star. And it looks like he might turn in a 108 if he keeps it up. Look at that. Now everything's changed.
Damn.
And overtake on.
He's getting back into form.
Jesus.
He heard it was going to be a 6-hour enduro and wanted to give everybody a fair start.
As a kindness, I followed you off.
We've got just less than 5 minutes on the clock for the first feature race, where everything has happened completely differently than our predictions, which is good. Because, again, I did have
So
the
much
kaiju
dirt.
eating Conan. Oh. Huh.
Well, I mean, that did happen.
Yeah. All right.
Take a corner. Press the tear off.
Thoughts given
Take a
force.
corner, Press the tear off button. Take a corner. Press the tear off button.
It's a very nice corkscrew.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
I think
throttle
that's,
modulation.
yeah.
There's a lot of gravel back there. That is like, it's already a very dangerous place to get back on the throttle, but doing it with freaking hardscape lawn fill is probably not,
I mean, I
not
think
the best.
I think they added more gravel when they redid the track to make it more safe, which hilariously also makes it less safe if it's all over the track.
It's kind of funny how the difference in liability works when you consider something like this, where as long as the car can still drive, get back out there, versus like at PEC, where if one of your four wheels strays off the concrete, they have to pull you in for an inspection. You might have dinged the rim.
Conan running out of overtake.
Goals with the full force of the 5% fuel flow increase on display. Looks like most of the gravel's been cleared up on the outside of that turn, which is good because that's where you want to be on that turn. Buck 60.
Yeah, he took that
70.
last turn in fourth.
72 before all was said and done there. People think that the 5% fuel flow increase is a subtle thing, but like deployed at the correct time, it's a lot of area under the curve. 2 minutes on the clock. We will now finish silently out of respect. Mostly silently. Look at that throttle ramp. This car rewards the smooth.
Hell yeah.
God damn it.
Someone just got a 107.
Where did that come from? Not here.
Oh.
Look at that. Of course, that was also under the influence of car stimulants, so...
It's the gloves, man. It's the gloves.
It's the gloves. He's
keep
using
Ted behind you,
fentanyl-lined
okay?
gloves. Actually, I guess meth-lined gloves would be a better choice for this activity.
Coming for you, Derek.
Yeah, I just spawned too.
Final lap.
I'm really not having a good race.
But yeah, with that amount of time ahead of number 2, it's looking pretty good.
Try not to jinx it.
I know. I'm trying not to say numbers.
So if the thing and the thing happens, then it's a really good time, and you wouldn't expect the outcome to be any more than what we said it was going to be.
Thank you.
The courtesy. My goodness.
Oh, all right. You're clear.
One thing I'm good at. Most of the time.
I don't know why I took that corner that way. I've never taken it that way before.
What a fucking victory.
Damn.
Pulls away with it in turn 1 and never lets more than 17 or less than 17 seconds on the clock back there. What a race.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Changes everything.
That was off.
Mr. Goat coming in. Also an excellent performance. A 109.7 his best. He's going to finish in the 6th position.
A 109 is great.
And I believe that's everybody. We will of course
Had I
go
not
into
done
the
Derek, I think
we'll
I
go
might
into the
have had
full data
I had
record
quite
after the
quite an
show.
off in this quarter.
Wow.
Ooh, that was more spicy than I thought it would be.
I was not expecting that outcome at all, which means all of our predictions are absolutely wrong, which means we're going to have a lot to talk about in our next section.
It's going to be great.
We're going to bring a trailer.
Did you bring a trailer?
No, I didn't, but these guys all brought their motorcycle transport, so that's kind of like having a trailer.
I mean, I don't know if any of these selections would fit.
You'd think with enough panel vans in my parking lot, you'd think we've got the mafia over. Let's move on. Bring me Mr. Goat. Grill me a cheese. How was your race?
Good.
Slide right up to the dynamic there.
We need to see if I'm pushing the brake all the way in.
Oh, well, we can do that.
I'd be interested.
Because there are two things we can do for you. The first is we can change your seating position. And the second is we can change how much force the brake takes.
Oh, it might just be me being scared.
Oh, that's
Not
also possible.
the pedal itself.
I saw you trading with Ted back there. You did not look scared.
No. It felt good to be in the presence of Ted. So, that was good. It was
Ready
fun.
for this?
I am.
I got some fun.
Last week's was remarkable. I've told that story. I don't intend to pick the luggage this time.
Do you have anyone watching tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So then you're going to appreciate this. Tonight, for you, Mr. Goat, I have...
Oh, the SV.
A 98 Diablo SV, arguably the most desirable of the Lambos, full stop. Although I am partial to the Countach personally, but...
Me too.
And it is, let's get us out of the way here, it is paired tonight with a 1,800-mile 21 F8 Spider.
High mileage for a Ferrari. 1,800.
You know, that is a theme throughout this entire show. Those are the saddest words spoken in the English language. And to be clear, Ferrari, probably more than some other brands, meant to be showed and displayed, not necessarily meant to be driven. But if you showed me an 1,800-mile Porsche in that caliber, I would probably swear.
Yeah.
And actually, we might still do that tonight. So, would you like to hear about the cars?
I would.
Oh, God, I didn't print off any of the printouts tonight.
So we're just going by a picture.
You're going by a picture.
Great.
I can hold on. That's so totally unfair. Let's
At
not
least
make you
the amount of miles.
No. Let's not do that. There's a reason we've got backups of everything. Let's do one of those, and let's do one of those, and give me the bat notes for tonight. It's gonna wash me out from the left, but that's okay. Okay, so here we are.
That was a fast recovery. That was really speedy.
After, I want to say this is approximately the 30th episode of Tonight We Race. I know how to fix my own fuck-ups. Congratulations. Okay, so 27,000 kilometers on this Lambo.
Great.
Which is 17,000 miles. We're gonna push this right out to the front so I can see it. It has obviously got the Diablo's 5.7 liter V12. It's got a 5-speed manual, which is increasingly impossible to find in the supercar hypercar arena. It's finished in yellow Superfly with black SV side graphics, which is cool. 18-inch wheels, multi-piece alloys. This one debuted in January of '90. It is definitely an older supercar, but it's got the scissor doors that make the Diablo so amazing. It's had not a whole lot of work. It had the bumpers repainted in August 2024. It's got the leather-wrapped wheel. It's got a 220-mile-an-hour speedo, which is, kind of accurate for this car. The digital Odo, as we said, reads 28K. Only 200 on the dealer that sold this one. Carfax notes that there was a potential odometer rollback.
Ooh.
And so we don't actually know what the true mileage of this car is, and its Florida title reflects that. The engine was pulled in 2018 with about 20K of resto on it, which you would expect for a car of this mileage and performance. It is paired with, tonight, hiding the corner cam, the Spider, the 1,800-mile Spider, as you would say, a high-mileage Spider. This is black over black. It's got the 3.9-liter V8. That's twin turbocharged, 7-speed dual clutch. The bumper does look lighter. Derek, it's very possible. That's all. No, that's it's the photo lighting, but it's close. It's got all of the modern internal trappings that you would expect: fender shields, parking sensors, front and rear cameras, dual zone automatic climate control, a navigation system. They've got the owner's manual, the service records, the car cover, and a clean Carfax report. I will note that they did provide the MSRP and the option sheet for this, although we're not going to get into it. What can I say? Pirelli P0s, 20-inch 5-spoke alloys, heated adjustable seats, all the bells and whistles. Obviously, this produced 710 horsepower and 568 foot-pounds of torque at the shop. This is more of a grunty car than the Diablo, which is a high revving car. And then obviously it's an F1 style dual clutch automatic. And so let's get all of that crap out of the way here. What you need to tell me is which one of these two cars went for more money on Bring a Trailer today.
Today.
This very day.
I mean, the SV hung on my wall with the Countach for sure. And I think for those reasons, I'm hopeful that the Lambo sold for more than the Ferrari.
The answer may surprise you.
They always do.
But before we do so, Graham zooming in on the meta here, which is that historically there has never been a Spider that has lost on Bring a Trailer Challenge. And tonight we race very similar to how a G-Wagon has never lost against a resto truck. Let's see how true the meta is tonight. And now I have to click over here because I changed it. It is the Spider by $9,000.
Wow.
I think that even with a car as special, magical, storied as the SV, a rolled Odo with no data to support it is kind of one of those.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a point, I think, where, like, you hit, like, 25,000 miles or so, where you're like, does it matter if it's 150 at this point?
Sure.
Oh, but the odometer only has 5 digits. What am I to do?
Fair. Well,
I would like to point out that this is your 4th failed challenge.
Yeah, well, and Shote picked up one for me, too.
No, Shote didn't pick one up for you.
The loss.
Oh, no, yes, okay.
The Viper truck.
Yes, you are not responsible for all the bad things that have happened to you.
I think I would have won, but it's okay. I'll take that.
You definitely have.
Season.
There is next season. You have entertained me to no end.
It's been good. It's been good. I'm normally good at this game. Next season's my season.
Next, you will bring me Space Pumas.
You got it.
The hero of the evening, or at least of the previous race. How did I forget to print this out? I've got a printer whose sole existence in life is printing these 10 pages. It's very disappointing, Mara. Very disappointing.
Just gonna slide in.
Yeah, no, just go ahead and go ahead and set your courage down there on the chair.
You're not allowed to see how much sweat is on my back. You can only see me from the front. Oh my gosh.
So I have 2 questions for you.
All right, I got the same answer for both.
The first is, when you cleared that cluster ahead of the pack, did you think you had a shot at taking it?
Yeah.
And the second is, when you looked down in your bottom left corner and realized that it was only Tom back there and he was falling away from you second by second every lap, were you convinced you were going to take it?
I was hoping. No, Tom definitely had me on time. All I needed was to see a huge jump in time between me and Tom, and then I was good.
Which he got up to 22 seconds.
But he kept eking it down, and then he just had a huge jump up, and then I was like, oh, I got this. Oh, now I gotta be responsible. I can't let this go.
It's definitely the two food groups on Tonight We Race. There's the I have to take a position in the first turn, gods be damned, and the I'm just gonna see how this shakes out. Oh, look, I'm in first. Let's go.
I was like, this would just be irresponsible of me to let it go.
So I apologize for the awkward form factor here. I'm going to be looking in weird places. I'm gonna set this over here so you can see it better. So now you got that over there.
Okay.
So tonight we've got
a
1971 Fiat 500L.
Are these the V4s?
I believe so, but we'll talk about that in a second. And we are going to pair that with, just for you,
come on.
Oh, yeah. 2013, you think like a refrigerator.
Yeah. The loudest go nowhere vehicle.
4 wheels from 4 different mopeds. The Abarth Spider 5-speed. So these two examples are the 71 Fiat has 95,000 kilometers on it, so approximately 59,000 miles. It was acquired in 20. Thank you, Graham.
Agreed.
Acquired in 2021 by the selling dealer. It was refurbished immediately afterwards. This is an air-cooled 500cc parallel twin.
Oh, okay.
Little engine. I would not call that a balanced engine. A 4-speed manual transaxle offered at no reserve with parts, service manuals, spare parts, and a clean California title. It was factory finished in Ivy, and it was reportedly repainted in 2022 following some body work still in Ivy. It's got a 130 kilometer per hour speedometer, which I can guarantee it has never seen 2/3 of that. We don't even know how many horsepower it produced when it was new. Most of the replaceable bits in the engine have been replaced in 2022. The Abarth, on the other hand, has 17,000 miles. And it was optioned from the factory with the comfort and convenience packages, as opposed to the 500L, which was built before convenience packages exist.
Yeah, convenient for Italy to offload their stuff to the U.S.
Hey, man, that's the Stellantis group, and you will not talk bad about them.
All right.
1.4 liter inline 4.
Our backers.
Yeah. Still trying to get rid of that Jeep. This one was acquired by the selling dealer in 2025, so it's somewhat of a rapid flip. It's being offered at no reserve with the owner's manual, a clean Carfax, and a clean Pennsylvania title, so it has seen salt in its lifetime. A leather multifunctional wrapped steering wheel sits in front of the 160-mile-an-hour speedometer, which I think we can all agree is probably a lie, given that this 1.4-liter inline 4 generates 160 horsepower, 170 foot-pounds of torque, and like 30 more decibels than an WRX with a can on it.
Ridiculous.
Like, what is going on with this car?
To be fair, I would have a lot of fun in that.
Not only is it a lot of fun, I think that visually it is a car that exudes stance without having to do anything to it whatsoever. It's just like it's a squat little bulldog from the front and the rear, and I like that in a hot hatch.
I think in 30 years, those are going to be really cool for someone to like still have in good working order. But right now,
and not the 500E electric in bright orange and white golf ball trim.
No.
All right. What do you think? What do you think were the numbers on these guys? Who went for more dollars?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm going to go vibes based and just be like, I want the 500L to be more expensive.
All right, we're taking a vibes based approach here.
70s.
And the answer is
I've always been yeah.
It is the Abarth by $10,000. I think mainly because I'm not sure where you would be able to. No, there we go. I don't know where you would safely be able to drive the 500L these days. Like in town, absolutely.
Look out, everybody else.
In the side streets of Monaco, absolutely. Yeah. On any sort of arterial road, absolutely not.
No,
I don't think so.
How much fun in Boston would that be?
Where like if you're facing the wrong direction, just pick up the front of the car and set it down in the correct orientation and keep going.
Really helpful, very rude bystanders.
I think this is your only challenge point, Miss. I think
so far for this season. For this season.
No, you ended with a good ratio here. So you're going to go and bring me goals.
Okay. Just gonna back on out of here.
So no one can see your sweaty back.
Look at how sweaty Betty. Okay, we got it.
They said I should have got leather seats. Perhaps they were right. Goals.
What's up?
How was your drive?
You know, it wasn't the cleanest, but I'm incredibly happy with it.
You seem to have encountered a little bit more drama than in previous races.
Yeah, I mean, I got that. I'm telling you, the race start from my perspective is going to be the angle. I was just terrified. Like white-knuckled as cars went flying and flipping across the front of my car, and somehow nobody hit me.
I cannot wait until the transcode is finished and we can go back through here looking for highlights because it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be good.
I got 2 cars for you tonight.
Wonderful.
They are very special. The first is a 98-mile 2022 SF90 Spider.
So I may not have been here earlier, but I did hear you don't vote against the spiders.
That is
the current meta.
Historically how it has been true here, and that was borne out in the previous challenge here tonight.
Right.
However, let me put the roadblock in your path to that meta.
G-Wagon.
The
Oh no.
911R.
Oh no.
That some wastrel bastard has been sitting on.
Yeah.
And not driving.
Yeah.
Barely broken in and back on Bring a Trailer. Would you like to hear about the cars?
Sure.
The SF90, as we said. Ooh. We're using an alternative workflow here tonight. You gotta cut me some slack here. The SF90, with 98 miles on it, was ordered through the Tailor-Made program to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the Cavalcade event, which is some event I am not familiar with, but sounds very Italian. It was optioned with $255,000 of additional options on it.
Christ has.
It has edition-specific livery. It is a twin-turbocharged 4-liter V8 with a trio of electric motors that drive all 4 wheels. So it is a twin-turbo V8 and a tri-motor hybrid.
Wow.
It has a 7.9 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery, and with only 98 miles on it, it's possible that battery has not even been charged once.
Yeah.
It's just been floating around on battery forever. Carbon ceramics, 20-inch forged diamond wheels, adaptive headlight, suspension lift system, parking sensors, surround cameras, retractable hardtop, a rear wing, and navigation. It was acquired by the dealer in 2025 and is being immediately flipped with a window sticker, the owner's manual, a clean Carfax report, and a clean Wisconsin title. Would you like to know how much power the engine of this car produced?
I would.
Total system horsepower of 986 with 590 foot-pounds of torque, which is actually the torque's a little bit smaller than I otherwise would have expected. It comes with a plaque affixed to the inside of the trunk that gives its serial number, its color scheme, and its option equipment. And it has a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $830,000. I don't even have to look at the notes for the fucking R.
Well.
The 911R, of which only 911 were made. This was Porsche's love song to the Porsche driving experience. It is effectively a 911 GT3 with a 6-speed manual, houndstooth cloth seats, and absolutely nothing you don't want in a pure driver's car. It was the sleeper 911 for the ages. It's the car that sits in 911 museums. It's the car that sits in the lobby of the Porsche Experience Center. I don't remember exactly what serial number this one is. This one is in one of the 2 canonical paint configurations, the white with red stripes versus the white with green stripes. It is, of course, the GT3 engine sourced from the Cup car of the previous generation, so it is producing 500 horsepower, something like 380 foot-pounds of torque, and it revs to just under 9K on this particular variant. It has a rifle bolt 6-speed manual transmission, carbon ceramic brakes, and of course, no rear wing, but it does have a duckbill, which is pretty awesome. This one has 2,200 miles on it, which means that they just broke it in and decided they were going to flip it again. The manufacturer suggested retail price of the 911R was south of $200,000. And now,
Oh God.
you need to make
Yeah.
an incredibly difficult decision, which involves both A, who is crazier, Ferrari people or Porsche people, or does GT3 meta win, or does Spider meta win?
I wish I was car enough to have the inside scoop. My brain is replaying a clip I saw of like Doug DeMuro talking about Ferrari having trouble selling cars, and I don't think that was the Spider. But if it is, then it's not the Spider, and it should be the Porsche that is worth more.
Should is such a dangerous word in this.
Yeah,
in this,
exactly.
In this thing.
Exactly. But given how special, quotation marks, that Porsche is, I think I have to go with the Porsche.
The car that made Porsche so angry that they willed the GT3 Touring Edition into existence just to fuck with people like this guy that's selling this car.
It's gonna make me very angry when it sells for like $780,000 and beats the Ferrari.
The answer is...
It's gonna be $1 million, isn't it?
The answer is that button doesn't work because we're doing this weird.
It's gonna be $1 million. Oh my God! Thank goodness I'm relieved I was wrong. Thank God.
It is the Ferrari by $150,000
by a serious margin.
However, let me give you a very important piece of context here. That Ferrari, which is 3 years old, went for $300,000 less
significantly depreciated
than its MSRP.
Yeah, exactly.
That Porsche, which is 9 years old, went for $250,000 above its MSRP. And that's kind of the story here of like, what does it mean for a car to be special? What does it mean for a car to be a collector's item?
Yeah.
Like, if you subtracted $250,000 in options off of that Ferrari, that's basically what you'd have here. You have a Ferrari minus $250,000 worth of options. And so you don't get the challenge point.
That's okay. I'm glad it was the Ferrari. I begrudgingly picked the Porsche coming from a place of lack of knowledge of the internal workings there, but I'm glad I was wrong.
Those two cars sold within the last 24 hours. This is all. This should be the news section. That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah, turbo fresh.
All right. Well, you know the last person to bring me, and it is Conan.
That's right.
What's left of him?
Let's go. 184. Doing all right.
Conan.
Hello, friend.
What happened back there?
Oh boy. Oh boy. It was a race start.
It was a start. So let's go through the list. There was the full flip over.
Correct. Yeah, the like instantaneous flip. Like I was hoping it would like keep rolling and I could end up back on my feet, and it was just immediately.
So that required the full toe.
The full toe. Yeah.
And then
there
was the pit exit black flag.
Correct. Yeah.
And then
I pulled in and I stopped too short on
of your actual pit stop,
and so they towed me the 40-second delay into my pit as I cleared my own black flag.
Which you could have actually got out of the car yourself and just rolled it forward. Okay, so this one wasn't your race.
I mean, you know what? It was actually I got down into the 107s I think at the end.
Yep.
And I had some hot laps, and it's like sometimes like Tom ate the most brutal DQ, effective DQ last time. I ate one this time. It's part of the game.
I have good news for you.
Oh,
it's going to be fine because the next track is merely much harder.
Exactly.
This is a comfy one for you.
I fucking love. I really have a soft spot for Del Sol's.
Right?
It's really delightful.
It's like you're like, oh my god, it's beautiful. Is it mid-engine? No,
it's not.
It's not
It's
mid-engine.
definitely not mid-engine.
But it should have been.
It should have been.
And I'm allowed to pretend that it is.
The saddest MR2.
And that's exactly what that is. A 11,000 mile, which in this context is a very small number, 1995 Honda CRX Del Sol VTEC, which I don't really think you could buy a four-banger from Honda without it being VTEC, if we're being perfectly frank, but that's neither here nor there. And we're going to pair that with tonight a fine Chianti, a family-owned 2005 Honda Element four-wheel drive.
I am so here for this. Is it a manual?
I don't know. Let's find out. let's open the thing. Oh, I can't believe I blew my workflow tonight. So, I love how I took like 2 pages of notes on the Porsche and then just didn't read them because I didn't need to. So,
a true aficionado.
Buddy, that's the reason I bought a GT3. It's the reason I bought a Touring Edition, because I would have never been able to afford the R. Okay, so the Del Sol, 11,000 miles on it. It was not owned by anyone special. It was
some fucking guy.
Powered by a 1.6-liter inline-4. 5-speed manual transactional, so they at least put the transmission at the back, for weight management. It's got both front and rear double wishbone suspension, anti-lock disc brakes, 14-inch alloy wheels, auxiliary lights, and they replaced the battery, which is very, very nice of them. It's got owner's manual, service records, clean Carfax report, and all that's kind of rare for a car of that age. It is a clean Colorado title, which means it's probably seen some shit, frankly. Milano red, silver finished wheels, bolstered bucket seats, gray patterns, power windows and locks. The floor mats are branded.
You know what I love the most about this that you completely glossed over is that it's being sold
by the spouse of the spouse.
Yeah, like, well, wait, like this isn't
about the people. This is about the machine.
This isn't a character drama. I understand.
But yes, the owner is actually the seller's spouse, which we've chosen not to introspect into at all. Dude, the thing has an 8,200 RPM red line, which is freaking amazing.
Well, the tachometer has an 82. This is one of those things I hate about Bring a Trailer. You're like, yeah, it goes to 8,200, and if you do that, it's going straight into the
shop. I mean, the power peak probably happens at 6,000.
But like the tachometer has the red line of 8,200.
Oh.
Yeah, if you run that thing to 8,200, what you're doing is you're doing 53 in first. Yeah, so
When it was new, it generated 111 foot-pounds of torque, and it's probably left a couple of those off every year of its existence.
I mean, it only has, 10,000 miles on it? So
the window sticker says it came from John Elway Honda. Is that a football person? Feels like a football person. We are paired with the Honda Element, which I was not expecting to find here. It's got 56,000 miles on it, owned by one family, acquired by the current owner's parent in Oregon, where it remained until 2025. Was finished in sunset orange pearl over black and gray cloth, powered by a 2.4-liter inline-4 and a 4-speed automatic transaxle. So, sorry, not a manual.
Not a manual.
And so you don't have to rush out and go find out where it was sold. Real-time 4-wheel drive system, removable skylight panel, 16-inch alloy wheels, air conditioning, cruise control, CD stereo. It's offered in California on dealer consignment with no reserve. The paint job is relatively wear. It's got the two-tone plastic. It's got a bunch of close-up photos of the paintwork and trim, and they all looked good. Front bucket seats, rear foldaways. It's got a 6,500 RPM red line and 120 mile-an-hour speedometer, which realistically I don't think it has ever seen. It, of course, has the second generation of VTEC, the iVTEC, which means when it was new, it was producing 160 horsepower and 160 foot-pounds, so approximately 50% more powerful than the Del Sol. Of course, substantially more weight. And the title lists this as a two-door, which is, I believe, technically not accurate.
No, it's technically because the suicide door doesn't count as...
Do suicide doors not count as doors?
I mean, they're dead, right? Can't count it. It's already dead.
And now you need to tell me which one of these cozy but otherwise lovely Honda finds went for more money.
So the as you may or may not know, good friend owns a rare Honda Element.
Yeah.
Like this is Jeff's,
really?
This is Jeff's other car. Jeff owns an NSX.
An NSX and a Honda Element?
And a Honda Element and a CBX. Like, he owns the 3 only interesting Hondas ever made.
Okay, the NSX.
Boring.
The Honda is. Okay,
yeah,
so
like,
then where is Jeff?
Jeff's in Bellingham.
Why is Jeff not here?
I haven't been able to convince him to come back to racing.
Jeff!
There's a reason for the story. After iTunes update caused him to crash out of one of the highest drama races he has ever done, and he rage quit racing forever.
So he didn't rage quit the game, he rage quit the hobby.
The hobby, yeah, as a whole. That's how bad iTunes updates are.
Jeff, we'd love to have Jeff. We'd love to have you back. Please come race with us. Now, the car.
So I have the biggest soft spot for the Honda Element because he has the rare, actually rarer than an NSX Honda Element, which is the manual all-wheel drive, you know.
Would you like to see how good or bad your logic is?
Yes, I'm sure it's terrible. It's always terrible. I have no good logic.
God, just slightly off. Who would have thought there'd be 18.5 grand in a Del Sol?
I mean, look, I get it because it's like we both saw the Del Sol and immediately had that moment of being, it's so great. And like if you were like you have a one of one shot to buy what amounts to basically a brand new Del Sol, like of course you're going to take that, and of course it's going to get a little silly, but that's still like I don't know half the price of a new Honda Civic.
Did we wipe the locals out tonight? Was this a sweep?
Might have been.
I think we swept the board. I think no challenge points were awarded tonight.
May God rest all of our souls.
What a night.
What
Thank
a
you,
night.
Conan.
You are welcome.
Get back out there and bring me a shout. Not a single challenge point awarded tonight.
Some would call that fair? Or not? Both.
I didn't think they were hard. Were they hard? I guess it doesn't matter, does it? All right, let's close this bullshit window because we don't need it anymore. We'll put this back over here, and let us continue on to the correct feature race number 2. We are of course still in. Wow. We are, of course, still at the Super Formula 23, which is rapidly disassembling behind us as a service. We are taking the SF23 on the final race of Season 2 to Circuit Le Mans. Tell me all about it.
So, I picked out a couple of key words that I found about this track.
Are any of them in French?
No. One of them is undulating. Yep. And the other word is difficult.
So, the best thing I've heard about the circuit, which for the record is an amazing GT circuit, the best thing I've heard about the circuit is because you are so low, a lot of these turns are going to be completely blind. And though your heart may tell you otherwise, you need to trust that if the apex is blind, it's a left-hand turn, and you just need to commit.
Yeah, the part that's not really pictured on this like top-down view is basically that turns 5, 8, 9, 13, and 14 are in a bowl. So you're going down and then back up on the other side.
Which is good. Bowls are good. Bowls add G-forces. G-forces add grip.
Good for comedy.
Well, let's get some comedy in our wrong slide. Let's get some comedy in our drive here. Conan, can you advance the session?
Good talk.
Substituting for Conan's pod tonight is Shout.
Right.
Please advance the session. Jeff is the most Jeff that he could possibly be. Jeff, do join us. Not just because I have never had an NSX parked in my... Oh, no, wait. You have had the NSX over here. Never mind. Still, I want an NSX in my parking lot. Please race with us. The button has been hit. Let's go to the quad.
107 something following you.
Put a half second on it.
Yeah. Who do you think those two guys on the castle are?
Once again, we have given our drivers tonight 2 flying laps for their qualifier by unanimous consent of the drivers.
All right, car. I don't like you, and you don't like me.
No challenge points.
Hey, I never said that to you.
That's brutal.
I was like, I like you.
Not the car that can talk.
I saw the R, and like I froze. I'm like, I have to include it, but now I have to decide whether I'm going to include it next to a car that's going to be more expensive or less expensive. As it happens, the Ferrari was sitting right next to it, and so it's like, well, story writes itself. All the racers are back in their seats.
Stop.
Wait, what just happened?
What? It's okay. We can fix this. We can go back.
It just skipped to race.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh no, maybe we can't.
Did someone just explode it?
Yeah, somebody came out from the bathroom without realizing and just pushed the button. Did the right thing at the wrong time.
That's okay. We've all agreed that the qualifier doesn't actually mean a whole lot for this. So you should grid.
Nope.
I think race control says you should grid.
Race control says grid.
Racing.
It'll be great.
Race control says grid and Godspeed.
I'm in the middle.
With
Ted behind me. Ted and Gould behind me.
It's the last to first.
I don't even know where to watch this from. This is going to be amazing.
Good luck, boys.
I love you all. I'm sorry in advance.
It's important. It's important to just roll with it.
They are rolling.
A little compressed coming into turn 1, but I think they
Tires are
got
cold.
away with it.
The tires are cold.
At the end of the day, everyone survived that complex there.
Bummer.
Following in on pod 2 here through all the elevation changes, and again the advice of if you can't see the apex, it's probably a left, and you just have to trust. We do ensure our drivers are driving from realistic head positions. We're hearing some heavy actuator noise behind us here. We'll go catch up on that in a second.
Fuck is with this fucking...
Through the S's, downhill brake, hard left.
God damn it, Ted.
This is the track that everybody was fearing through the practice week before
Dude, I
the
don't know how to
session.
drive with other cars on this track. I can barely even drive on this track.
I had a great start and then just panicked.
I don't know how many laps got turned in
zero laps
amongst
in
everyone
traffic on
here
this thing. There we go.
between last week and now.
Ah,
Well, that was.
That's not where the track
I
goes.
think. Can we pull up a track map?
Yeah. You're supposed to
it
turn
doesn't even
left
look like
if you
you spin
can't see
off.
the apex.
Right, and that was a right.
Yeah, I went to
That-
the moon.
Yeah, I could see the apex.
Huh.
It's just like, oh, you decided to nope out.
Joker lap. Did you have time to look at the standings and see how crazy this has become?
Yes, asterisk, because I only had the place of one person. Which meant that I could add the points, 13 points.
Yeah, you added 13 points to that score.
Right, which, I mean, puts them in the range of everybody else that's in first, but presumably they also were higher up on the rankings.
If I go
Watch your rejoin.
ooh
Okay.
Ooh.
Okey-dokey.
Physics continues.
Pit.
No. You
Accurate,
go behind me.
yes.
Graham, they were trash talking Dale Earnhardt through the entire practice session before the cold open. So I think that is precisely what is going on here. If I pulled up the raw spreadsheet for the scoring, but we need the
Yeah, we need the places for everybody else.
we need to pull it out. We will extend the runtime of the show tonight so that we can actually do the live scoring update and get everybody into the thing.
I going. Glad you followed.
Graham, I think that's the through line of every episode here is almost every problem is self-inflicted.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
As rumbling happens behind me, yes.
If you want to see what a strategy of problem avoidance looks like, it's this.
Staggered in traffic.
Let's take a look at what's going on here. Yeah, he's sitting at a couple of seconds behind. Wait, how are we reading that? 3:35.
On your left. Oh, no.
How are you 5 seconds behind yourself?
I don't think the splits have updated. Because that feels much more like a second and a half. Because we're doing different camera locations, we don't always get the same telemetry out of every pod.
You can take
That will be a Season 3 change, is we are not going to let anybody mess with the driver telemetry.
Or they can put that on a screen that's
Yeah, exactly.
off to the
You
side.
can have anything you want on your side wing screens, but you may not mess with the front screen.
Who's in pod 1?
Because it is the only
Mr.
screen
Goat.
that I can see. That's not true. I suppose we could. I could. Hold on, hold on. I'm architecting in my head. We could run 3 separate instances of OBS on every pod. We've got the CPU for it. They're all top-end i9s. Like, we could send over teleport
each
screen
separately.
individually.
Oh,
We could composite each screen individually up here.
I was going for a lower tech idea of remote switching
I
scenes.
was like, man, my car sounds good all of a
I mean,
sudden.
yes, we could also do that.
I was like, I
don't know. Your idea sounds cooler, actually.
Oh no!
My idea actually makes use of the wiring in this walls.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the bandwidth.
I'm so sorry.
Well, since you asked, each of these streams is producing approximately 1.5 gigs of network traffic.
Oh, Stewards have warned us for calling traffic.
Like this would not be possible.
6 times 3 gives you 18 gigs. I think you're
I
out
was
of
so worried I
out
was
of
gonna
network
get,
space.
Sent back to the pits.
Well, no. So
I
the
was
Switch
upside
can
down
handle
rolling.
18 gigs. You just can't throw it in all on one port. Oh, well, this is head ends on a 10 gig. Yeah. All right. Right. You're right.
That's still off by
No math.
8.
All right. Sorry. Ignore us.
We could get bigger.
I'm not going 40 gig in the lab. Like, we'll do that at retail. This is ridiculous. Here's some good stuff. Let's watch this.
Because I saw you coming in so fast there, Goat. I was like, oh god, no.
No extra room.
you did it clean. I mean, you held it together. You just terrified me.
This is some super
And
tight
mind
racing here. And,
Good on ya.
Shote.
When did that happen?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Let's go over here.
Yep.
Looking at some solid lap times here. Mid 108s. Conan currently sitting in 5th. And looking at about a 2.5 second gap to Goals, who has his game face on.
But the real question is, did the gloves help?
I think the gloves help personally. Nice and gentle on the exit. Very nice. And then straight and uphill forever.
Just kidding. We're already uphill, and now we're going back downhill.
Yeah, in the GT4, that straight seems a lot longer. A little bit of concentration lapse there, but he catches it. Let's check in on Mr. Goat, who's been having a number of conversations with his worldly god here. Nice through that complex, though. It's a little wide on the exit, but doesn't penalize him on the next side.
Come on, Tom. Let's
Using
get him.
all the track.
No, don't.
Just let me
Conan
get
now
third.
at 1.2 seconds on Goals. I believe they call this racing. Let's see what happens.
John, you are in first.
Don't let me know that.
You just said something about getting third. You were in first, son. Conan, where the hell did you come from?
Been here the whole time.
No, you haven't.
It's like we're going to see Conan try to sneak around to the
Where
inside
did
here.
you come from, and in which turn do you plan to dart me in?
Immediately.
Just let me know. If you're like, this is the one where I'm gonna
Oh,
dart you.
whoa! This is the one.
Yeah, but you're behind me, so you have to do what I do.
That's very true facts.
Tom, you just let me know.
I am on my safety laps, buddy. I ain't pushing. So if you're gonna push, be aware.
I'd look away. There's other things I want to see, but we need to see this. It's material.
Oh wow, I just picked up a second out of that corner.
Yeah, I noticed you came through there real quick.
.2 seconds separating
There's
Space
my spin
Punies
for you.
and Nox.
Oh. Well, I'm less stressed now, but
Sounds like the chase with Conan that just
You'll be
ended.
back, haven't you? Because you closed a gap on me.
We don't, unfortunately, have direct footage of Nox this
No,
episode.
Definitely not. I made a terrible decision on rejoin, and that's that for me. I was not going to push.
Yeah, you
whoever
got me
that
on the
was.
straight.
That's not
That complex might have
Not
ended
going
him
to
there,
push whoever
but
on the inside track.
Tom did not capitalize.
That's probably the right call.
Here I come.
Just keep it safe.
Letting him through, and now it's a
Car
different
just
race altogether.
Was gonna keep turning. Is there a no oversteer tune on these cars?
Yeah, it takes the throttle off.
It's the N gear.
It's the car in N.
Yeah. The trick to not oversteering this car is to get the fuck out of the cockpit.
Yeah.
Gap increasing to about 2 seconds here. We'll check back in on that number shortly.
The only thing that could make this better is more power, right? Let's turn the overtake on and see what happens.
Maybe all-wheel drive, tube chassis.
Audi.
Michel Lemaux driving.
We are sitting here with Mr. Goat,
Rain,
and
I don't
it
know
looks
why.
like
It's
he's
like
got
lawn
a
darted for you,
Slackware
Barry.
hot on his heels.
I'm the wrong person to follow.
I saw you and then just drove straight for you and was like, why isn't this car turning?
All right, Derek, I'm on the right on the straight. Gotcha.
Some good racing under pressure here.
I'm only on this track to teach you not to follow cars.
Little wide there. I don't think Slackware's going to force the issue, though.
Doesn't need to.
Oh boy.
Go, you can't park there.
Is unfortunately how most overtakes occur this season.
Oh no.
Just turned into a kite.
Meanwhile, Mr. Overtake.
Front row seat.
Conan has engaged beast mode, but he's got
So if you
13 seconds to make that happen.
Corners that suddenly become a lot spicier.
It's corner 1 through 14.
Oh no, this got interesting. Here we have Nox and Dr. Gould in 1-2 with Space Punies hanging on in third, and it looks like they are running about the same pace, which means this is now a pressure fight, which is fun. Oh, that could have been worse.
But also in front.
Oh.
Oh.
What a way to take a position.
Oh, yay.
Synchronized spinning.
Don't sound so happy.
It sounded funnier in my head.
Yes.
They say you cut the track.
Breathing room to make another mistake.
That's that away.
So that puts Space Punies on the hunt for Tom again. That's Nox with 2 X's. About a 6-second gap here. Let's go check in with our other drama zone. We come in with goals halfway up on the rails.
Like that.
Blind turn was a left. Who would have thought? I think the
Ooh, a little too much gas there.
Got it around, though. Now he just has to accelerate slowly from a standstill uphill in a SF23.
In this car?
Uphill in a car, on the uphill that's covered in gravel, nonetheless.
As far as wipeouts are concerned, that could have gone much worse. He's sitting on 18 seconds to Dr. Gould.
Fastest lap, 107 flat.
It was a fast lap.
Hmm.
Ain't no lie. Well, I was gonna say he was 10 seconds out of blue flag, but we'll have to find blue flag in another screen.
Thank you.
Wasn't even trying to make the joke. Checked in here. 107.8. 110.4. 109.5. 110.8. Conan definitely with the pace here. And this isn't the track where you can just lay on the overtake and get a whole lot of benefit out of it. You're spending a lot of time in gears and in configurations where that extra 5% is just going to spin your tires, if they're not spinning already.
I would hope that your tires are spinning.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things you do in a race car, I suppose.
Ooh.
My goodness.
Space Punies with a rare off-the-track moment.
What's that going to do for his calendar?
Well,
what does the drink button do? It's a valid question.
You followed me, that's it.
Dude, that's so classic me to like lock in and just do what you do.
Even
like,
with that spin, he's caught up to Dr. Gould.
You got to get that. Got to get that hydration out of your pod somehow. Turns out that you can lose a lot of body mass as moisture while driving in a titanium or carbon fiber bucket for 2 hours in full Nomex. Without the benefit of your illegal McLaren Spidey hole for air to flow through. So it was the last time I paid like real attention to Formula One. My understanding is it starts the pump, so you're not actually having to spend any time thinking about how hard it is to suck water out of a tube.
Never tried before, but that time I was just full drift.
Or maybe it sprays Gatorade behind you. I don't know, man. Anything's possible. It's iRacing.
I'm pretty sure they have that button in real life too.
Gatorade? Gatorade button?
Ooh, I mean, I would take it.
Oh no, it's a real button. All the Cosworth wheels have them. We are at 1 minute 50 remaining on the track, and as far as newfound drama is concerned, I don't know how much of it we're going to see here. I think this is where we want to watch the finish from, because I think he wants Dr. Gould if you can get him.
Goodness, no.
Oh dear.
Oh, there's a car.
One minute to make up 6 seconds. Stranger things have happened. I don't think that's his style. Of course, now it's 1 minute to make up 3 seconds. 30 seconds
could
to make up
happen.
3 seconds.
Damn. Damn again.
Ooh, 106 turned in.
Last lap.
Let's see the update. 0.5. Oh, 2.8.
Still achievable, but not likely.
That's a wall.
We're going to ignore the wall. We're going to look at this.
I'm in second place. I'm in second place. Second place in the gravel trap.
Apparently I have my clutch button mapped to the button right next to my tear off button.
Rejoin cleanly.
Goal's trying to find the space on blue flag. He's got not a whole lot left of distance to do it
That's
because
yours,
there's the uphill.
Good race, Ted.
Good job, bud.
Ooh, man. I think you still got me, Ted.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
That's going to end his contention right there.
Not a great night tonight.
Yeah,
But you
but
raced like the
Penny's
devil.
never
Good
caught
job,
Dr.
man.
Gould.
You've been like only like 1 or 2
Follow
spots
Mr.
behind
Gould
me,
around
though,
on his
so
lap.
That might have been enough for it.
I held the spin together.
And
but
the
it
big
just enough
uphill.
to get me off your bumper.
Yeah.
Damn, Tom, 6'6".
And that's going to be all of them. What a race. Holy cow.
Tight racing up front.
That also didn't go in any of our pre-computed scenarios. And not only did it not go in any of our pre-computed scenarios, but it also did not go in any of the updated scenarios that we made. But I don't feel like we can just end the broadcast here with question marks about how the season actually finished. And hey, come into the Discord to see the final scoring. That wouldn't be kind at all. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here.
You're going to pull up the spreadsheet.
You're gonna pull up the telemetry on Pod 1 and yell things at me, and I am going to commit the cardinal sin of live broadcasting, and I am going to build a new scene from the season scorecard right now, which I do not recommend you ever do. But I just genuinely want to know. It's not even about leaving you people hanging. Like I absolutely want to know how this ended. So let's go into the second season broadcast content and pull up the second season scorecard. And that looks like a good window to me. So let's add a quick little window capture here for scores. And we're going to capture Chrome season scorecard, and we're going to shove that over here into the middle. And hey, look at that. Look at that. All right. So in the matter of how did everybody finish in the final races of the season, tell me all about WeatherTech Raceway.
First place was Pod 2, I think it's John.
First place, Space Punies.
Thomas was second.
That would be Knox in second place. Dr. Gould in third. Goals in fourth. That would be Blue Flag in fifth. That changes some stuff. Sorry, who got sixth? Mr. Goat got sixth.
Mike Carr, seventh.
Slackware in seventh. Conan in eighth. Rand in ninth. Yelmel. All right. So without the final race here, the scoring is Blue Flag with 66 points, Dr. Gould with 64 points, and Space Punies with 57 points. all sorts of shit can happen right now. I will note that we are not updating any of the challenge point numbers for this season or for this. Wow, just all right. Give me the numbers.
All right, at the last race, Thomas got first.
Knox in first place.
Dr. Gould second.
Dr. Gould in second place.
Space Punies got third.
Space Punies in third.
Ted got fourth.
That would be Blue Flag in fourth.
Goals got fifth.
Goals in fifth.
Carr got sixth.
Slackware in sixth.
Conan got seventh.
Conan in seventh. Mr. Goat in eighth. And Yelmel in ninth.
And would you look at that?
Holy crap.
Wow.
Which means that the thing that wasn't going to happen has happened. And let's make this much smaller now because it doesn't need to be big for you anymore. Dr. Gould has walked away with season 2 of Tonight We Race. Congratulations. Followed by Blue Flag with 2 points. And then Space Beauties with an incredible charge at the end there into 65 points. And frankly, almost walked away with it. Followed by Knox, Tom, and then Goals and Conan, and Slackware, and Mr. Goat, and Yelmel. Thank you, everyone, for coming out for season 2 of Tonight We Race. And now we will go back to the regularly scheduled bits and pieces of this, which is that, Tonight We Race is a community activity. We race, develop, plan, and session together as a community. And if you are interested in being in that community, either as a local Seattle-based driver, a remote driver over the internet, or just in the Discord for hanging out and talking about motorsport, we would love to have you. It's been an incredible season. It's hard to believe, sitting on this end of the broadcast studio, how much better and smoother it has been running the show. And that's probably due to the fact that I'm only broadcasting 1 night a week and not 3 nights a week, which was just frankly insane. But again, if you'd like to be part of this for the next season, we'd be more than happy to have you. We're going to do about 2 weeks of research and development between here and there. And then we are going to go do the thing. And so on that note, we are going to put on the outro splash and hit the song. And we will see you all in a couple weeks. See you in Discord, and good night. Thank you, everyone. Woo! Give me some of them lemon bars. I would not say no to lemon bars in any way, shape, or form. Look at this guy. He races, he bakes, he roasts coffee. What a hero.
I gotta take this one home.
Rock and roll.
Okay, go for it.
All right, folks, we're shutting down the mics.